Hello, everyone. Welcome to Adventures in Theater History, Philadelphia. I'm Peter Schmetz, your host and the researcher for this podcast. Today, I don't have the usual narrative episode for you, or even an interview. In fact, as you can hear, we're having a little party around here. Well, quite a big party, really. Might mind the chandelier there, Chris, would you? Whoops. Well, no worries. Have fun. Folks, let me tell you, here in our AITH Studio and Entertainment Center World Headquarters, high atop the Tower of Theater History, the whole staff, our suites of editors, our armies of researchers, our legions of fact-checkers, our audio production engineers, and our house orchestra, even our longtime cadre of loyal cafeteria workers and janitorial staff are all pretty damn giddy about the recent turn of events. Because, well, here's the thing. Adventures in Theater History, Philadelphia is now a book. Yes, this is the book that I've been dropping great big hints about for months now on the podcast, and even sharing with you some segments of the chapters. It is, as they say now, officially a thing. It exists. Oh, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Really, I couldn't have done it without all you folks. And as I speak, copies are rolling off the presses somewhere in England, they tell me, and it will be officially available in the UK as of September 15th, 2024. And soon, many other copies will be packed into boxes and shipped from the UK over here to the US, where the release date is November 30th, 2024. Oh, whoops, well... that was the grand piano in our ballroom here, but never mind, guys. Don't spill any champagne on the dance floor, okay? It makes it sticky. Yeah, great. Okay, thanks. Well, for you listeners, let me just walk over to a quieter spot in our offices so I can talk to you guys without so much background noise. Hold on. Whew, man, what a party. Where was I? Oh, yeah. The book. Oh, man, folks, this is not just some ordinary theater history book. No siree. Well, sure, it's got an index and endnotes and a bibliography and all that, but there's so much more. It's got banging cool cover art. It's packed with excellent and exciting and heartbreaking stories and has literally dozens of historic photos and illustrations. The book is not, I should say, right away, just a rehash of scripts from the podcast. In fact, these are not long-form narratives at all. Instead, there are 8 sections of about 10 to 12 short chapters each, just 3 to 8 pages long. Each chapter begins with an image or a photograph, and then they have sharply focused stories and analysis about those images. And it's not, and I stress this, not a comprehensive history of Philadelphia theater. It's not meant to bore you to tears. But taken all together, these stories add up to a delightful and fascinating collage that helps show why Philadelphia theater is such a fascinating topic to look into in the first place. And right at the front of the book, there's a map, an actual map of all the historic theaters and sites that I mentioned in the book, something you won't find literally anywhere else. Now, if you're either a longtime listener or even a recent listener to the show, a lot of the names and theater topics mentioned in the book will be familiar to you. Fanny Kemble, Paul Robeson, Edwin Forrest, Louisa Lane Drew, Ethel Barrymore, the Walnut Street Theater, the Academy of Music, and many others I've never even addressed in the podcast at all, or anywhere else, really. The story about the world premiere of Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman, for example, really breaks new ground and reveals aspects of Philadelphia history that may change your whole idea about the early impact of that consequential play. And I discuss figures that you may not think are part of Philly theater history, but really are. Muhammad Ali, Billie Holiday, tennis great Big Bill Tilden, Pearl Bailey, William Penn, Zsa Zsa Gabor, Joe Papp, In fact, the climactic section of the whole book shows you how the great New York producer Joseph Papp was connected to the Philadelphia-born and raised movie actor Kevin Bacon and all the little-known and long-forgotten Manning Street Theater Company back in the 1970s in Less Than 6 Degrees. These and many other stories like them are in the book, and if I do say so myself, it is the most thoroughly researched and up-to-date book on Philadelphia theater history you have ever seen or ever are likely to see. In fact, one reviewer who was already read a pre-production copy of it said that it was full of, quote, delicious historical treats that add up to a thoroughly satisfying feast. Well, seriously, folks, I gotta say, I've been researching and working on this book for over 6 years. Even before I started this podcast, some of the chapters began as episodes of the podcast, but are now reshaped and have even deeper research. Most of the book has never been shared or published anywhere before. And as a person who actually teaches writing at the college level, I've really worked on making the prose of the text lively and readable and enjoyable for you. Creating it was a very different type of task than making a podcast. It was stories meant for the eye of a reader instead of the ear of the listener, which, as it turns out, is quite a different thing. And I'm really proud of the way this book turned out. I'm very grateful to all my friends, my colleagues, and my editors that did so much to help me to bringing this book to a reality. All right, so here's my pitch. As many of you no doubt already know, it's the pre-order sales of any book, orders that come in before the book is officially released, that these days really determine the overall success and visibility of any publication. And here's where you come in. There are easy links to order the book on Amazon.com, both on Amazon, you can go there, or in the show notes for this podcast. So, go to Amazon, search in there for Adventures in Theater History, Philadelphia, and it will pop up. And there's also a link right at the top of the homepage of our website, www.aithpodcast.com. Or, if you prefer, you can also go to bookshop.org, order it to support your local bookstore, like the Narberth Bookstore in Narberth, Pennsylvania. If you're a Philly person, support A Novel Idea on Passyunk in South Philadelphia, or Harriet's Bookstore in Fishtown. If you're elsewhere in the world, pick your own favorite local independent bookstore. We love independent bookstores. But you can order the book directly from the website of the publisher, Brookline Books. And that way, I am happy and my publisher is happy. And more importantly, you are happy because you are getting the book that, and again, I quote a wonderful person who has already read it, all theater lovers will want to read and treasure. Whoa. Hey, all right, I have to get back to the party. There's an entire chorus of folks from the Adventures in Theater History Research Department, about 100 of them, who have put together a song and dance routine on our rooftop amphitheater stage. And I really want to see it. I think it's got something to do with the historic production of a show called Miss Philadelphia from the 1890s. It's also in the book, I promise. Order today and find out. Thank you for supporting both the podcast and the book, Adventures in Theater History, Philadelphia.